Jewess, Jewess, Jewess. Oh my god, I'm studying this thing called process work and it's awesome! One of the things that we're learning about is double signals. Double signal! What is a double signal? A double signal is when you are sending out two signals at the same time that are contradictory. You have one signal, which is an intentional signal that you're aware of and consciously trying to communicate. And then you have another signal that is unintentional that you are not trying to communicate. And both of these signals are being sent out at the same time, and it causes all of this confusion and static. I'm so mad at you right now. Yeah, I'm fine. Go ahead, say it to me. I'm open. The part of yourself that you're consciously communicating, you're able to identify with. But the part that you're unintentionally communicating, there's something about that feeling, that energy, that you don't want to associate with yourself. Double signals doesn't mean you're lying. It doesn't mean that you're being purposefully deceitful. It actually means that you're right up against an edge. Whatever it is that you have an edge about, that is edgy for you, is going to start showing up in your double signals. Because it is you, and it wants you to reclaim it. Double signal! Now, a lot of times when we reach an edge, we can meet different edge figures. And one edge figure is the inner critic. The saboteur. You're not good enough, you're a fuck up, not worthy. Show me the results. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever your inner critic is, its energy is also something that will help you cross that edge. A lot of times we end up being in negotiations with our inner critic and thinking that that's it, that that's the whole story. But actually, for me, the inner critic is a sign that you're on the threshold of crossing into an entirely new realm of being. So when that inner critic comes out, yes, sure, negotiate with it. But negotiate with it with the awareness that it's a gatekeeper and that behind that inner critic is the integration of that energy. Ever since I learned this concept, it has helped me so much. Not only to be aware of my own double signal, which I do all the time, but to be aware of other people's double signal. Understanding double signals is a huge part of learning how to navigate being an empathetic person in this world. Empathy can either be a weakness or a strength. Often I see people take it as a weakness, that they feel like they can't hold the integrity of their own boundary, like they constantly need healing. They're constantly attracted to these places that are soft and squishy and blissful and feel good, and then worrying about how they're going to go back into this big harsh world. They're worried about exposing themselves to this energy or to that energy because they're seeing their empathy as a weakness. But your empathy can also be your strength. And it can be your strength if you can bring in awareness of self and others simultaneously and pay attention to what's going on. If we as empathetic people are not aware of the way that we're picking up on other people's double signals, then we are victim to them, because we're going to find ourselves contorting and shifting in all of these ways that are responding to double signals without being aware of why. And because we're disconnected from our own power in those moments, then we're going to start sending out waves of our own double signals and not understand the feedback that's coming back in response to those. Confusion upon confusion in an endless feedback loop. I have this friend who's a really strong man, and he has this joke that anytime he wants to shut down an argument that he's having with one of his girlfriends, you're doing this, you're doing that, all he needs to do is say, show me. Just give me one example of when I was doing that. And they can't find any example. Because really what's going on is they're picking up on his double signals. There could be a whole ocean of double signals that he's sending out that they're picking up on. And because they're empathetic, that's what they're reacting to. If we're empathetic people and unaware of it, the world will get their grubby belief systems all over us. But if we can be conscious of the double signals that we're receiving from other people, then we can be more aware of the ways that we're responding. And if we can be more aware of our own double signals, we can be more conscious of the messages that our own essences are trying to communicate to us. Because double signals are our power. There are parts of ourselves that are precisely the energy and the tools that we need in the moment. Let your empathy be a gift to you that makes you stronger, that makes you more conscious, that makes you more whole. Sometimes I have this inner critic that comes out like a Vegas showgirl. She says, "Shoulda get off the pot, maggot."